Thank you. Good morning. And I'm indeed Xavier, one of the co-founders of Usitoo. Usitoo addresses an issue that most people only discover at retirement time, because this is the typical time where you downsize your accommodation. And that problem is called stuff. Think of all these kitchen appliances on our shelves, all this camping gear in the attic, all these gardening tools in the basement that you suddenly need to move when you change home. And if you pick one of these objects yourself that you have at home, just reflect for a second. Did you use it for the last 6 months? Did your companion, your kids, your co-housers? Very often, the answer is no. For instance, in my case, this yellow pressure cleaner, I typically used it for 3 hours per year, like most Belgian families. Yet, it required metal for its motor, plenty of oil for its plastic, other energies to assemble it, transport it. In total, a device like that emitted 400 kilograms of CO2 to reach my house. And I spend money on it, and I don't use it. Of course, the overall growth model of a society pushes towards this behavior of possession. But a study has shown that 99% of the objects that we buy are not used anymore after 6 months. So obviously there must be solutions about that. And there are. And we took time not only to experiment by ourselves to understand the bits and nuts of all these solutions, but to survey also 800 people to understand their relationship with traditional rental, sharing platforms, and informal lending. And what we found out is that there were 3 main issues. Issue number 1 is that very often they find it too pricey as a percentage of the acquisition price. They find it too consuming and not worthwhile. And they feel that they take a risk, for instance, of damaging the tool of their neighbor. So we really thought that another solution was needed. And that's why we've designed Usitoo as an online catalog from which you can browse everything, or you can directly search. Sorry, its typo is a bit too small. And I can directly look for this pressure cleaner I need to clean my alley on the next weekend. And I can directly online book it for the dates I want in a very few simple clicks. But at the same time, I will be able to tell where I want it. Because what Usitoo has done is included delivery by developing a network of delivery points so that it's the object coming close to you and not you to have to lose time to find the objects. After a few clicks, you end up the transaction, you get a confirmation, and then it's Usitoo core business to make sure that all these objects are properly stored and delivered to the proper place for the proper time so that our users just need to pop up, give their name, and receive the object they need for the period they need. In other words, what we try to do with Usitoo is to make rental of ordinary object an experience that is modern, fast, affordable, and where the cooperative covers all risks. In other words, we try to be a game changer for all these objects for which we have a very, very low usage rate. We do that by being a Belgian cooperative, because it allows people not only to co-own the company, but to co-own all the objects. And this changed the spirit, even for users who are non-cooperators, because then you behave responsibly, because you understand there is a common good over there. And since they behave responsibly, the cooperative can take the risk of assuming the repair and all the things while keeping prices affordable. At the same time, we combine it with this delivery service, because the goal is to make circular economy as easy as e-commerce. Of course, thanks to that, there are plenty of environmental and social benefits. From the environmental point of view, it's all this metal, oil, and other resources we don't need to extract from the ground for objects that are not used and waiting on a shelf. And associated to that, there are the thousands of tons of CO2 to manufacture all these objects. On the delivery aspects, we pay a lot of attention optimizing the loop, which also lowers the delivery aspect with respect to famous or infamous e-commerce actors. But there are also direct social benefits. All users by turning to usage instead of acquisition, by renting instead of buying objects, can save more than €1,000 per year for the household. And we create local jobs for the handling, maintaining, and delivering of all these objects. We started operations in Brussels in March 2018. And our next milestone and current challenge is to reach break-even by early 2021. So today, we have already attracted 500 users, and the break-even point will be when we have a bit more than 4,000 recurrent users in our model. To do that, we have 3 actions ongoing. First is to keep improving the user experience, especially on the web platform where the booking must be as fast as efficient as possible. Second, we need to have more citizens aware that such a service exists, and we do that through dedicated marketing campaigns. And third, we are developing other sales channels in order to boost our revenue and to go fast to this break-even point. Today, we still need 300,000 euros to reach to move forward to this break-even point. We just secured 2 weeks ago 150 euros on this way, and we are looking for the other amounts. And once we reach break-even, you will see that our EBITDA grows quite quickly. It's because we are a mutualization model, and once you cover the cost, any extra rental is not pure, but is very much more margin than the initial transactions. And once we will be reaching this break-even point, we will be able to scale up to Europe. We will scale up by offering the knowledge and the web platform to be replicated in any European cities, so that we will attract millions of users towards usage instead of possession. So we would be very glad to have you join us on this quest to transform society towards a more sustainable consumption mode, not only for the financial price, but mostly for the credibility that the Institute carries along with the prize. And because we truly believe that the world we need to build for tomorrow needs to rely on more secular economy, so that this world, our children, can use it too.
Good stuff. Well done.